Good evening. Welcome to the District Advisory Committee for May 15th, 2024. This is the second meeting related to the activities associated with the DAC committee. Tonight we'll have a presentation from Assistant Superintendent Sharp, and we will first start with public comments. So public comments allow for individual speakers to address the committee. The allotment of time is for 3 minutes per speaker. If you choose to speak, there is a podium here with 3 lights, a green, a yellow, and a red. The green tells you your mic is on and your time is running. There's also a clock. At yellow, you have a minute left, and at red, your 3 minutes are up. Are there any public comments? Yes, ma'am. Yep. And if you can, for the record, say your name, please.
Yes, I'm Maybell Chaw. I've been a resident since '04 in the Wickland Village. This is my son. You want to say your name?
Hi, my name is Nathan
Nathan who?
from
What's your last name?
Nathan Shaw.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. I noticed that Mr. Manley is in the audience. Are you Mr. Manley? Mr. Chaw? Okay. I still haven't met you, but I just know your face from my daughter's high school, or no, her Wickland Elementary yearbook. I just wanted to introduce myself and come because I am speaking on behalf of my son, Nathan. He was diagnosed at age 3 with autism spectrum disorder. That's why I'm here advocating for him. He started, this is 3 minutes. Okay, I have 2 pages. He started in a kinder gen ed classroom at Wickland Elementary with a one-on-one aide, and then moved to an SDC class starting 1st grade up until now. He's 16 and currently a 10th grader in an SDC class at Mountain House High School. Just speak for myself. I have been notified by the teacher, his teacher, of an involuntary transfer that was put on her. And Dr. Kirk Nicholas, yes, you've been copied on the email. So
Yes,
this
I've
is
seen
going to
it.
be just a recap of everything.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to attend a meeting. Miss Sasha, Travis's admin, did call me to schedule one. I just got through with taking kids to different doctor's appointments today, and I saw the email come through. I was checking my emails. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a meeting tonight. I gotta go. So that's why I haven't got back to you about a time. I also work for Hanson Elementary, so it's just been a lot.
Sure.
So I'm shocked, to say the least, that she's being transferred. She has been his saving grace, so to speak. I'm very disappointed to learn this because, yet again, I'm baffled by the district's handling of the special ed department. My son and several other students that are in his class currently were part of a cohort at Cuesta from 6th to 8th grade. And I know Ms. Sharp is here, which is perfect because she can attest that they did experience a high teacher turnaround. There was new teacher after new teacher, 5 new teachers in a span of, I believe, a year. They'll never get that time back. They've regressed. I'm sorry, I gotta keep speaking for myself. I know because I know other students have from other conversations I've had. Yet another new teacher is supposed to come into play. It's unfortunate. I feel like my son is now finally thriving in this educational setting, and this is definitely likely to make him regress. And to be honest, I'm very upset. I reached out to Mr. Manley. I'm only familiar with him because of being principal of Wickland last year. My daughter attends Wickland. I've called his office.
So if you can finish your comments, the red light is flashing.
Oh.
I told you had a yellow, so I'll give you a couple more seconds, but make your final point, please.
Okay. So what I'm requesting is that, if at all possible, we retain Miss Kristen Flynn Pasquale for as long as possible. He's only going to regress. His emotional well-being is going to be affected. I don't even know if he really understands what's going on right now, but once I sit him down and talk to him with visuals, he's gonna shut down.
All right.
So if at all, anything else, I would like for us parents to be involved in any decisions, future decisions that are being made when it comes to their needs, because I don't feel like their needs have been met
What I
at
can
all.
do now is, with your time up, is Mr. Manley sitting right there.
Okay.
And I can guarantee you he's available to talk to you right now.
Okay,
So you can
that's
start that
awesome.
conversation
Okay.
with him. And I know he's eager to talk to you.
Sure,
Okay.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bernice Tingle, and I'm currently on Mountain House Board of Directors and the chair over the Youth Action Committee. And I just want to report that this is the closing of our student-to-student tutoring program. It's been very successful this school year, and I know the school district is always supportive of this. We've been keeping records as to how many kids from each school are participating when it meets bi-weekly, but it's been successful. And in the upcoming year, fall semester, I know that the school district will be working with us to ensure that our students have a place to go if they want additional homework help from other students. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. It's my pleasure to introduce Assistant Superintendent Sharp, who is going to be, oh, is that all the public comments? Oh, yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Muna Mohammed, and I live here the last 17 years. And I'm here for my son, Fahad, almost 17 years old, Fahad Osman. And he's with Ms. KP the last 3 years since 9th grade, 10 and 11. I never seen anything but good from her. Amazing. Really, me and my husband really happy with her. He works in the hospital in Bay Area. He's supposed to be here, but this rush hour, he will be soon here. Sorry, I don't speak good English, but I will try my best. So we're really, really happy that Fahad, he really happy with her and loves her. He always comment how Miss KP is amazing. And I see how she communicate with us about my son. She really loves the way I see the last couple of years, not only as a teacher, I see her sometimes, she's like second mom to him. So we're really happy with her. And I don't know what's gonna happen if she's not there. 1 year, one more year left. And I hope she's gonna be here, but let's see how things gonna go. So thank you for your.
Thank you very much.
letting me-
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any other public comments for the District Advisory Committee? Assistant Superintendent Sharp is going to present information related to the local control accountability plan, the LCAP.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for having me. Yes, we're going to go over the local control accountability plan. This is the start of our new plan. It's a 3-year plan beginning in 2024, going through 2027. So the LCAP plan goes over these conditions of learning. It's something that is put on through the state and continues with conditions of learning, engagement, and student outcomes. And as a part of that, there are 8 areas we're going to go over: basic services, state standards, parental involvement, pupil achievement, pupil engagement, school climate, course access, and other pupil outcomes. So as we create our 3 goals, we need to keep these 8 priorities in mind. So for Lammersville, we have our goal 1, which is systematic closure of the opportunity gaps. Goal 2, instruction and curriculum efficacy. And goal 3, 21st century outcome stakeholder and communication. So for goal 1, our focus is on graduating our students college and career ready with skills of communication, citizenship, critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity, all in a district-wide one-to-one learning environment. The actions that determine the effectiveness are student progress monitored through assessment. We have maintaining and hiring exceptional staff, EL progress, well-maintained facilities, and appropriately credentialed teachers. The metrics used to evaluate those actions, you can see here there's a list from English language development to early assessment of college readiness, increased attendance rate, as well as maintaining clean, up-to-date facilities. Goal 2, instruction and curriculum efficacy, addresses our instructional leadership and teaching excellence in all classrooms as we implement research-validated practices district-wide. The actions that align with this goal are professional development for staff, programs and services for unduplicated pupils, decreasing the number of suspensions and expulsions, and as you can see, there are several others. The metrics that we use to determine the effectiveness of those actions, you can see are listed. They involve implementing Common Core state standards, decreasing suspension rate, and one-to-one Chromebooks K-12. Our third and final goal are 21st century outcomes and stakeholder communication, which focuses on a high-quality education, positive parent relationships, 21st century education program with a rapidly expanding student population. And the actions that address that goal are cutting-edge technology in classrooms, quality communications for parents, parent participation of students with exceptional needs, EL, foster, and low income. And the metrics we use to determine effectiveness of our actions, you can see here parent, staff, and student surveys, focus groups for parents and students, and evaluation of our district technology via our tech sustainability plan. So as I mentioned at the beginning, the Local Control Accountability Plan is a 3-year plan. We are getting ready to implement our year 1 in our new plan that will extend through 2026-27. So when we look at our plan, we are addressing the needs of students, and when we look at the academic needs of our students, you can see here that overall ELA 73%, math 70%, and science 59% overall. These are the 2023 results. We soon will be sharing the 2024 results. So that is something to celebrate. As we look at our goals and our outcomes, we can see that Lammersville is 73% advanced or proficient in ELA, 70% in math, and you can see how we are outperforming the other school districts in our county. However, if we look at the East Bay, again, Lammersville at the top with 73% ELA and 70% math. We are nearing the other districts that are over the hill. However, there is still areas where we are growing. But we continue to grow for the future achievement and growth of even our struggling students. So here is where we look at our student groups. So up at the top, again, in ELA, overall 73% we maintained year to year. But you can see our subgroups in 2022 to 23, there was some decline with the exception of our Black African American that grew 2% year to year in ELA. For math, all of our student groups, with the exception of Hispanic, grew from year to year. So our students did very well with our math instruction and assessments in 2023. Science, you can see a decline, and this is something that we continue to investigate and analyze to figure out how we can support our student group growing in science as they are in math and ELA. So as we look at our subgroups across the state and county, this chart shows state on the left-hand side at 47% and county at 39%, with the overall Lammersville 73%. And then off to the right, you see our Black African American, English learner, Hispanic, socioeconomically disadvantaged, and SPED populations. And you can see that our Black African American with 48%, our Hispanic with 51%, and our socioeconomically disadvantaged students with 49% all outperformed total state and county. So our student groups did very well. In math, same is true. State and county are on the left-hand side with the 70% as Lammersville, and our student groups in math all outperformed overall student populations in math for state and county. So again, our student groups are doing very well. We do understand that they are below what our average is for our overall proficiency, and we continue to work on building those skills. And then lastly, science, again, state and county on the left-hand side, with 59% being Lammersville, and you can see a little bit of a decline there with our student groups. It's still our Black African American, Hispanic, and socioeconomically disadvantaged groups still outperformed or came right at the level of state, with our English learners with a decline in science. So with this information, we take this and we look to our goals, our actions, and determine our metrics to see what our next steps could be to support our students. And with that, that concludes my LCAP presentation. Any questions?
Okay, so that concludes the presentation portion of the LCAP. There'll be a last two final presentations associated with the approval of the LCAP plan. There'll be a Monday special board meeting, last review, and then ultimately an approval at the board meeting in June. So with that, I will conclude the District Advisory Committee meeting, and we thank everyone for coming.